Hopper, occupational therapist and special needs reporter from Life Skills for Kids. And today we're talking about a topic which we deal with every day as parents, and that is getting out the door with the least amount of resistance and fights and squabbles and whinging and complaining as possible. So today I've got 3 main tips that are going to hopefully make mornings easier for you and be a better start for the day. So my first tip today to make mornings easier is to ditch the TV, ditch the screens, and try and have a screen-free household. Now, this might look different in different households. Some families prefer just to have no screen time. That's just the easiest way for them. Some families decide to have, children can, if they've done their jobs and they've done what they need to do, they've got ready and their bags are packed, then they can have some screen time. And some families have the TV on the whole time, which can be really hard because time just kind of disappears when we're involved in screens. So take your pick of what's going to work for you, but I'd highly recommend to try and at least reduce screen time to when children are finished doing their jobs and are ready to walk out the door. Teachers also find that they can pick kids who have been using screens in the morning, and it's going to help their learning if we can reduce screen time as much as possible. My second big tip for making mornings easier is to have a visual routine board or a list of things that kids need to do, so kids kind of know what the expectations are, because as we know, kids try and test the boundaries. So if we have a visual board with some pictures or some clip art of what needs to be done. So for example, we might have a picture for waking up, getting out of bed, breakfast, teeth, packing bag, any jobs that might need to do, then kids can kind of follow along, where they're up to. And it can also take the angst out of, us as adults having to remind children all the time, where you're up to. So rather than just saying, Johnny, have you brushed your teeth? Go brush your teeth. We can say, Johnny, what's next on your routine board or your morning chart, whatever you'd like to call it. And then we can direct it then back to the chart. So the chart is kind of the boundary and not the interaction between us as parents and our kids. Now, my third and final tip for today is to try and include some jobs in our children's morning routines. Kids love to kind of step up and be a part of the family household. Now, when we try and introduce new jobs, they're not going to come across as being really thankful to us. But once they're in the routine, they really feel proud of themselves. So just think about how old your children are and get them to do something little. Even preschoolers can help to, put their plate from the table onto the kitchen sink. And as they grow and get older through primary school and high school, then we can up the expectations. And once it's a part of their routine, then it becomes much, much easier for them. So don't be afraid to be a leader of your family and help to put some guidelines in place. Now, whenever we change the rules or put things in place, it's going to be a bit tricky, and we're going to have to be firm and have the boundaries and communicate in love to our children that this is a change, but it needs to happen. And after a few times, and it becomes routine, and it's much, much easier for them to do it, and the whole family runs a bit smoother, and you have less jobs to do as well. So it helps everybody to get out the door easier. So next time we meet, I'm going to be talking about how we can prep your child's nervous system so it is firing and ready for action for the best possible learning. I'll see you next time.